وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. I'd like to begin by asking a question. क्या आप जानते हैं कि उर्दू में अंग्रेजी में बोलो? बस मजाक कर रहा था और थोड़ा. I don't really speak Urdu. It was just a sentence that I memorized. So I'm very happy to be here on this joyous occasion, the wedding of our brother Asim Khan and our sister Salima Yusuf. And you know, when I was getting married, people would give me very strange advice. Someone came up to me and he said, you know, in the first year of marriage, never ever apologize to your wife. He says, no matter what you do, never ever apologize to your wife. And I always wonder why the advice that they give the newlywed, especially the man, is so harsh towards the woman. And is this what our religion teaches us towards the women? You know, where I'm originally from in Sudan, when you're getting married, they come to the bridegroom and they tell him, slaughter a cat for your wife. What does that mean? They said the story goes that two brothers got married on the same night, and each one, when they went home with their new wife, the first one, a kitten came up. And the wife said, look, there's a kitten. And the husband, he started to pet the cat. So she saw his soft side, and the story goes, she dominated him. And then the other husband, he goes home with his wife, and she says, oh, look, there's a kitten. He just grabbed it and slaughtered it. He showed her that he's rough and tough, he doesn't play games. So they say the story is that she never fooled around with him. So with our brother Asim, our advice, we don't want you to slaughter the cat, we don't want you to pet the cat. Maybe just give it a little kick. Something like that. But on a serious note, why mistreat the wife? And is this the way of the Prophet ﷺ? Your wife, she was always a princess in her father's home. She never had to work. Her father always took care of her. And now she comes to you and she has to deal with you being harsh and being mean and things like that. You know, a lot of people tell you that it's not for the man to sit and listen to stories from the woman. Yeah? To spend time with the woman or even listen to her what she wants to talk about. But this wasn't the way of the Prophet ﷺ. In Sahih al-Bukhari, there's a long hadith of a story that Aisha was telling the Prophet ﷺ. And realistically, it's a story of just jokes and no benefit of 11 women who would share stories about their husband and so on and so forth. And it's actually very long, this hadith. And the Prophet ﷺ heard the entire story. And he even commented in the end. So it means that he was listening. He wasn't just, He was listening and he even commented about something in the story. But a lot of people tell you, don't sit and listen to women, and this is not for the man. And this was the way of the best man, the Prophet ﷺ. We all know the Prophet ﷺ, the story when he raced with Aisha radiallahu anha. Right? We all know this story. But how many of us contemplated that the Prophet ﷺ was over 55 years old when he raced with Aisha? Now the story is more interesting. 55 years old and he's racing with Aisha radiallahu anha. And how many 55-year-olds in the room now would do that? Yeah? So this was the Prophet ﷺ. And the way he was is that when he entered the home, he joked with people and he changed the mood in the house. Everybody became happy. وَكَانَ هَاشًا بَاشًا لَا تَلْقَاهُ إِلَّا مُبْتَسِمًا. So he's always smiling, always cheerful. And when he entered the room, everyone else gets in a good mood. And I can tell you something about the stereotypical Arab father. Yeah? So when he enters the house, before he comes home, what's happening? Everyone's happy. The children are playing, the birds are singing, the butterflies are flying. Once the father comes home, the birds stop singing, the children stop playing, and no matter what you do not under any circumstances wake up the Arab dad when he takes his afternoon nap. Ever, ever, ever. But this was not the way of the Prophet ﷺ. And they would be joking in his home, and there would be laughter. But then they described that when it was time for the salah, he got up as if he didn't know us. So I'd like to close by saying, during the reign of Umar radiallahu anhu, and you know when Umar radiallahu anhu, towards the end of his reign as Khalifa, he was very strict, right? So a man came to Umar radiallahu anhu to ask for advice about an issue. So he knocked on the door, then he heard the wife of the second Khalifa, the wife of Umar, yelling at him inside the house. So the man left. So when she finished yelling at Umar, he opened the door and he found the man had left. So he called him back. He said, why did you leave? He said, I came to complain to you about a problem that I had. This man's problem was that his wife yelled at him. He says, I came to complain to you about a problem that I had, and I realized that you even have a bigger problem in your house. So even though Omar was so strict and known to be firm, he actually told him some very sweet things. And he starts to describe how his wife cleans his clothes, cleans his house, cooks for him, feeds him, raises his children. He said, should I not be patient if occasionally she raises her voice? Please, underline occasionally, yes? So, I'd like to conclude by giving advice to our brother Asim that be good to your wife, be gentle, and be kind, and be sweet to her. And no doubt, inshallah, in return, if you do that part, she will be very nice to you. And if you secure her rights, she will definitely secure your rights, inshallah. And I would also like to say that the man is in charge of the house. And because my wife is not here, I can say it with confidence. The man is in charge of the house. So with that, we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to bless this union. And we, inshallah, you also will have beautiful children. And we make that dua because sometimes you have children and they're not beautiful. And I can say I'm a realistic father. I'm realistic as a father. When my second son was born, I told the doctor, what's this? What about it's not ready yet? Now as a joke, I'll close with this joke. I say this woman, she had a very, very ugly baby. So she came onto the bus with this baby. The bus driver looked at the baby and told her, this is the ugliest baby I've ever seen in my life. So she didn't say anything, but she got very offended. She went and sat on the bench next to some other man, and she was really upset. She knew that bus driver said something extremely rude to me. The man tells her, you know what? You go back to him right now, you tell him you didn't appreciate that. And I'll hold your monkey for you. بارك الله لك وبارك عليك وجمع بينكم في خير والسلام عليكم.